As athletes like myself know, there comes a time when sports and medicine meet.
That's right. And Michelle Duclos is a sports medicine director at Jacksonville Orthopaedic Institute. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so a lot of people out there, you know, they hear athletic trainer and they think, okay, first of all, what is an athletic trainer? And then they think, all right, what's the difference between an athletic trainer and a personal trainer?
So an athletic trainer is a licensed and certified allied health professional trained to work with sports and the active population. The most common place to see them is when you're watching a football game or some type of sporting event on TV. The first responders that are out there are typically athletic trainers.
That's right. Guy goes down and then all the people run out. Those are the trainers.
Yes, they are.
What's the educational requirements?
It's becoming an entry-level master's degree.
Wow.
So
Really?
the field's getting kind of competitive.
That's, I'll tell you, that's a huge difference. I mean, the Jaguars have always been obviously partnered with JOI and had the top qualified people, but the interns and stuff, you know, they come in and they didn't have masters. Now you have to have a master's to get into this?
Yes.
I love that. That's actually a really,
Yeah,
really good thing.
I agree. All right, let's ask the important question. What is the difference between a certified athletic trainer and a personal trainer?
So a personal trainer is more focused on training healthy athletes. So, you know, if me, myself, wanted to go to the gym and have someone develop a program for myself, that's who I would seek out. A certified athletic trainer can do that and can monitor and adjust those protocols, but they're also trained to do things like take care of the injuries on the field, manage an emergency, a medical emergency, or some type of urgent situation in a sporting event or something like that.
Wow.
And so we got, I see the ATCs, settings for ATCs. So this is, if somebody's wanting to get into this field, should they start in high school and just, you know, work with the sports teams and start learning there?
Yes, you can kind of get your feet wet there and kind of get an idea for, you know, the job requirements, because it is a lot of hours. It's very time consuming. You know, it's got to be something you love to do. But most of the time, a lot of them are in like the traditional setting, which is like a clinic outreach type of position. You'll see them in professional sports. They're also getting into the industrial industry. So.
Yeah.
Those would be like the workplace where they're going there before the job starts, and they're there to help out the employees get ready for work, and then helping to adjust their work situation to prevent overuse injuries from what they do for a living. You also see them in the high schools and colleges and things like that. The military is also using them as well to kind of help keep our service members healthy and keep them from making things worse.
Yeah, I think some people get confused because they're like, oh, I have a personal trainer, but that's at the gym. But, and not saying personal trainers don't have this training, but you should check and make sure that they have some medical training, right?
Because we can do what they can do, but they don't have the background to do what we do.
Right, right.
All right, so how does JOI utilize the ATCs?
So JOI uses 7 of their athletic trainers to cover local high schools. 4 of them are private schools and 3 of them are public schools. They send 2 athletic trainers out to Florida State College at Jacksonville to help out with their sports, and then we also supply one to the Armada and the Sharks. So.
Yeah, it's something the NFL got really, obviously they've been dealing with injury protocol and stuff over the last 10 years, but they started a program where they're getting trainers out to some schools that can't afford it. But you guys, JOI has been doing this for years with local high schools, right?
Yes.
And a little bit, you know, it seems obvious the answer, why is it good to have a qualified, certified, you know, trainer on the sideline versus the coach going, how many fingers?
He looks good.
Yeah, get back in there. But it's really about safety for these kids, right?
Yes, it's about the safety and taking care of that injury from the time that it happens to the time that they return to play. The advantage to having our athletic trainers out there is we have relationships with our own doctors. So, and we have connections, and we're very well connected in the field. So it opens up a whole host of resources that you wouldn't have.
One of the things we were talking about before we started is you've been doing this 15 years, right?
Yes.
And so the difference that you've seen, what is it, the difference of respect and also coaches and people? Because some coaches back in the day, they just didn't know. But now they're being educated. So have you noticed a difference when you walk into the room that coaches and people are more, you know, like, okay, here's the expert, we're going to listen to what they have to say, versus the old days like, I don't think you know what you're doing.
We still see a few that are a little reluctant to kind of, you know, respect us as a medical professional and that kind of thing. But for the most part, it's gotten a lot better. There's much more communication, much more understanding, much more mutual respect between athletic trainers and coaches. So it's getting better.
Better for the
I think it's such an exciting field. I had a lot of friends from high school who they were the high school quarterback, and then they knew they just couldn't make it past that college, and they were like, oh, I still want to stay in it. I want to stay focused, and this was their way to find a new job, a new industry.
Stay in the industry. You play high school sports in college?
I played volleyball in high school.
All right.
And then I got in with them as like an athletic trainer, and then in college I did this as a student athletic trainer, and here I am 15 years later.
And then married a high school football coach.
I did.
Nice. Which school?
He works at Bishop Kenny.
Oh, yeah?
Bishop Kenny, there you go.
How are they doing this year?
They are, I want to say 7-3.
7-3? That's good, right?
I'm not sure.
We're going to the playoffs?
Hopefully.
There we go.
It's tough for me to follow. There's so many there. All right, we appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate sharing the information. And coaches, listen to your trainers out there. They're qualified and certified. We want to thank Jacksonville Orthopaedic Institute for making this segment possible. And for more information, you can log on to their website, which is joi.net. You can also call their mainline number at 904-JOI-2000.